So hi, I am Mohit Agrawal. So I am from Odisha, and I did my masters in computer science and engineering from NIT Trichy. Today I am here to just share my interview experience with you guys, and this is regarding my Microsoft interview experience. So a lot of videos you have already seen which describes you about what to do in an interview. So this video will be a bit different. So this will explain you what not to do. So Microsoft on-campus process consists of 6 rounds typically. First round is written, which consists of technical questions. After that, there will be a coding round, which will be on online compiler. Then it is followed by one PPT session in which Microsoft will describe about the company culture, the work they will be doing, the compensation they will be giving to the graduates and postgraduates. And then there was a pen and paper round, that group fly round. They will give you a question and you have to write the code in pen and paper. So make sure the code should be clean, the indentation should be proper, and then the logic should be nice. It is followed by 2 technical rounds and one hiring manager round. So I'll be reenacting that session to go into more depth. So we will see that.
So, Mohit Agarwal,
Yeah.
tell me something about yourself, Mohit.
So I am a master student here in NIT Trichy. So before coming here, I completed my bachelor's in Government College of Engineering, Bhavani Patna.
Okay.
So there I did a project on artificial neural network for image processing. And now in NIT Trichy, I am working on spam detection in social networking site. So using machine learning basically.
Okay. And what do you mean by virtualization?
So virtualization is basically programmer level abstraction. So when a programmer cannot know the actual memory being used internally by OS. For example, a game of 10 GB can be executed in 2 GB memory. So
Okay.
internally OS takes care of that.
So I heard the word abstraction. Can you explain what abstraction means?
Abstraction is object oriented concept which basically deals with for example there is a switch where if we have to switch on a fan or light, so we just need to put the switch on rather than knowing how electricity is passing, how internal things is going on. So the abstraction means just hiding background details.
Okay. So, and also I'd like to know what is the difference between a spin lock and a deadlock?
Spin lock is basically a busy waiting state of a resource when a process is waiting for a resource and it is continuously checking in. But deadlock is when two resources are dependent on each other for waiting for a condition to happen, but it will never happen and they go to deadlock.
Can you write a code to print a tree in zigzag order?
Yes, sure. So, shall I write the function or?
Let's discuss the approach first.
So basically, this is a type of level order traversal where we have to start from root, and level by level we have to print each of the tree level. So basically, first level will be printed left to right and second will be right to left. So we need to use an extra flag which will tell whether which is the level is whether to print left to right or right to left basically. Yes,
So why do you write the code for me?
yeah.
Cool, good. This handles the corner cases. And just a last question: how do you update yourself technically?
Basically, I follow some blogs like TechMeme and Medium, and I just read news from that.
Okay. And you only refer websites?
Yes, because magazines are costly.
Okay. Thank you.
How was the previous round?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, assuming there are parallel line segments to x-axis, if we draw a point and draw a line segment parallel to y-axis through that point, the lines getting intercepted will vanish. So, write a code to find the minimum number of points to vanish all the lines. Yeah? So, here you go. Pen and paper.
So line segment, so are of different length or same length?
So they can be different or they can be same lengths.
Okay. So shall I write code for this or?
So we can discuss the approach and then you can write the code.
Okay, sure. So this is the question exactly. So these are the parallel x-axis lines,
Correct.
line segments, and if you draw a point and whichever it is intercepting will vanish.
Correct, correct.
Okay, so I have to find minimum number of points.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'll follow a greedy approach. So basically, I'll take the longest line first because there is more probability that it will cover maximum number of line segments with its points. So I will after every unit I'll keep track on. So for example, this is first unit, this is second unit, this is third unit. So what I'll do is from after first unit I'll see how many line segment it is cutting. I'll keep that counter. In every point I'll just check that, and whichever is crossing maximum number of intercepting maximum number of line segments, I'll draw a point there and I'll just cut it.
Do you think you can optimize this?
I can try.
Okay, let me give you a hint. You want to try sorting?
Okay, so we what we can do is we can sort the line segment based on their endpoints. So then we can draw a line from so one by one. So for example, this is the first line segment, which based on endpoint, this is the first line segment. So if we draw a line here, it will cross all the things.
Yeah, I think that works pretty much. So why you want to join Microsoft?
Because of basically convenience. So the most beautiful thing what I find in Microsoft is if I give a system with Linux to my grandparents, and instead of that I can provide a system with Microsoft OS on that. So they will be more comfortable because of the graphical user interface Microsoft provides. So for that convenience, how the backend works goes and how beautiful it will be, how optimized. So that inspires me to join Microsoft.
So you're aware that this is your final hiring manager round?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, can you just begin with you writing down the square root function for us?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Yeah, sure, please.
Shall I write the function directly or complete code?
I think the complete code would be good. Yeah.
So basically, my approach is so I'm using binary search approach here. So basically, if there is a number like 4, I'm searching if it's middle. So between 1 to 4, I'm searching for a middle element, that is 2. So if the multiple of 2 twice, so 2 into 2 is 4, then we got the perfect square. And if we are not getting, if it is less than, then we have to move right of it. From 2 to 4 we have to search again. If it is less, then we have to search between 1 to 2.
Sure.
That is the approach I'm using. So
Yeah, this seems good. Thanks. What would be your options or preferences between IDC or IT?
I'll prefer IDC over IT.
So any reasons?
So basically, I heard like IDC is more about development and research, whereas IT is more about service. So we are using the product of already developed IDC. So so I feel like IDC needs more logical thinking and problem solving.
Yeah, but they are both correlated out over your development and IT or testing. I mean, so you're still very focused that you would look at only development, and or are you interested in testing?
So actually, I'm not much interested in testing related thing because so I think I'm more towards coding and problem solving other than like testing things up. So
Okay. So it's not always like that. I mean, if you really look at it, some people are good at making things and others are good at breaking things. So I think it's overall IT per se, development or testing or IT. Anyway, that's fine. I mean, that's your choice of going to development.
yes.
Okay. So do you have any questions for me?
So what is the basically role of a new fresher candidate joining Microsoft?
So yeah, if you're selected, you would be initially learning the code base and internals, and then you would be assigned to appropriate position depending upon what are the projects we have.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.
Thank you. The way I treated testing in comparison to development was really bad because all job are important. As manager said, like some people are good at making things and some are good at breaking things. So we should not treat or demean any kind of job. If I'm appearing for a job, I should respect that. So after that, one incident happened in Qualcomm. I topped the written round. After that, I faced technical interviews. I passed all of them, but suddenly what happened? The interviewer asked me, "What are you passionate about, Mohit?" And I said, "Like teaching, sir." And that ruined my complete interview process. So basically, it's not about teaching. It's about if you are applying for something, you should be passionate for that. A lot of children there which gets demotivated after one or two rejection. So life does not end there. So okay, before joining this Teradata research, I got rejected from a lot of companies. So Microsoft, Qualcomm, Amazon, IIT Hyderabad. If I was demotivated, I couldn't have cracked this Teradata research itself. Microsoft was my dream, but that profile was not my dream. So after coming to Teradata research, I realized yes, I am working on the coolest feature like machine learning and analytics, big data, distributed systems. I might not be getting that in Microsoft. The company was my dream, but maybe this profession or this work is your dream. Some dreams help us to achieve another dream basically. There are some mentors which life gives you and they will guide through your difficult path. So he's one of them. He have a big role in my life. That night we were standing together and we were just in a deep discussion, and he suddenly says, let's leave this man and let's go for higher studies. We will learn something. Even if we won't get a job, it is okay. We will teach 10 students and we will earn our bread and butter. So me and my friend started GIT preparation together. So our ideology is simple. So we don't believe in mugging up things. We just believe in. So it was not any constraint of ours. Sometimes we read for 10 hours. Sometimes we read for 2 hours. Sometimes we didn't read. We kept on discussing about even I said epsilon to the power x. We kept on discussing a night. So the basic idea of our masters was not only a very good rank. It was, as I said, it was about to learn things in detail. And we got interest in networking, for example. We kept on studying networking too much. So that was one of the mistake. So I want to. So this is not to do basically. So why, I'll tell you. So see, when we prepare for a competitive exam, so we should focus on that competitive exam only. We should not focus on research, because research is the next level of competitive exam. Once you get into an IIT or an IT or any triple ITs or any good institution, after that you can go deep into a subject. But at that moment, when you are preparing for a competitive exam to get into a premier college, your focus should be only solving problems. It tests how much you are practicing, how much area you covered, how much subjects you know. Basically, I joined ACE Engineering Academy. So when we searched through Google, we found that that is the best institute. We had two options. MadeEasy is a good option. There, MadeEasy and Git ACE both are equally good. But the thing why we preferred ACE was Hyderabad low cost of living. You can apply to IITs if you are a 8-pointer at BTech, 8-pointer BTech graduate. You can directly apply for PhD degree, not masters. And we just applied for IIT Hyderabad, IIT Bombay, and IIT Guwahati through our GATE score and CGPA of BTech. That should be more than 8-pointer. We got call from IIT Bombay, IIT Hyderabad, and IIT Guwahati. The first interview was at IIT Hyderabad, which I went with Rohan. So somehow he qualified and I couldn't make it. And we went to a lodge. I was very dull and low, and I said him like, "Yeah, I won't go to IIT Hyderabad, IIT Bombay and Guwahati now." So he said, "Why?" I said, "It's not about rejection. It's about 5 years course. Now I'm not prepared for that. I want to go for PhD when I actually want that." So in that lodge we were sleeping, and suddenly I got news that yes, NIT Trichy master's program about NIT Trichy and how good it is, and destiny took me to NIT Trichy, and I am really happy for that. One of my friend Dhananjay was sitting beside me. He was very good at studies. He was our topper, one of the topper. He in that 5 minutes he explained his life struggles completely. So he said like he have a daughter, he's married, he worked in TCS for 4 years, and after all that struggle, he again came to masters for all those hopes, and Microsoft can fill his dreams more than me. I realized. So what happened at that moment? I felt yes, God, he deserves that more because he was not just with his story, but he was talented as well. So I just thought this, and suddenly one sound came of our placement representative that yes, Mohit, you can leave for the day. So Dhananjay is into that sixth round. So yeah, so Are You Buzzing main objective is to make you feel that yes, the success how it is beautiful. In the same way, rejections have their own charm. In case you felt that you learned something from this, then please like, subscribe, and share this channel so that other can learn from this.